All right. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is your MLM trainer, Mr. Asaf Fundikwera. I'm so honored and privileged to be taking you through this powerful training called Treasure Chest number 9. And here we're going to talk about the leadership challenge. MLM is basically a leadership factory. If you're not growing as a leader, you will not influence the people in your network to become what they deserve to become. So let me upload my documents and let's get started. All right. Treasure chest number 9, the leadership challenge. If I even talk about the leadership challenge, leadership is simply defined as, in our business, a leader, according to John C. Maxwell, he said, in our business, a leader is someone who knows the way, who goes the way, and shows the way, and is able to go through every step of the way. So, as you build your network, remember when you start out with 2 people, it's different. The kind of leadership you provide 2 people is different from when you get 200. It's different from when you get 500. Different from when you get 1,000, 10,000, as well as 1,000,000, 100,000 people in your organization. So every other time you have to become a student of leadership, because as you work with as many people as possible, your mindset has to change. The way you do things has to change, because this is a relationship business. So the leader basically sets the pace of the team. If the leader is basically not in line with the vision of the company or the system is building, automatically is going to divert most of his people into basically getting half-baked information. Yeah, so the leadership challenge. Item number 1, learn what we call people skills. Because this is the hallmark of success in your business. And how do you do that? In network marketing, recognize success every other time. It could be on a daily basis, could be on a weekly basis. Even a simple pat on the back is enough recognition. Even recognizing the sign up your business partner brought in that same day is a very powerful gesture. So recognize every step of progress, from rank advancement to basically making a sign up, to closing a deal, to basically growth, and they're doing their first presentation. So recognize every step of progress. This is why you need to keep in touch with all your people. As a leader, one of the items that is an ingredient of people skills is take your downlines out for lunch. One thing I need to emphasize is that food is one of the best ways you can be able to bond as a team. So the habit of taking your downlines out for dinner or lunch entirely is going to create a special bond between the two. There's something about food we do not understand, but people become trusted friends a long time after they share a meal together. So take your partners out for lunch, take them out for dinner, and you'll basically build a team which is solid and will want to move with you every step of the way. So make your downlines feel motivated, empowered, and trusted. By motivated, I mean every other time, keep their spirits high. Share success stories all together. Share inspirational stories of people who have made it in the business. Your actual results, your actual stories of what you've gone through entirely is what the biggest motivation you can ever provide to your downlines. So keep sharing those stories every time. Keep them empowered by simply training them and giving them an opportunity to speak on large audiences and big stages. Show them that you trust them most of the time. Always make your downlines feel like stars. Keep emphasizing things like you are a superstar, you are a rock star, should never basically stop being a part of everything you utter out in their life. Keep calling them superstar. Oh, my superstar, you're so wonderful. Get what I mean? Make it a habit. Together, because network marketing is like show business. And most of the time it is even show business, because your lifestyle should attract the people out there who are living a bad life to be able to join your crew with the way you live in there. I think it's always be quick to help your downlines in times when they need. They could have organized an event and they called their upline, but something got them stuck somewhere. So offer a helping hand as fast as possible if you can be available. Another powerful people skill you can do is basically invest in your team. Investment is not just money. Yes, there is a monetary investment. There is what we call time investment. The most resourceful investment you can give your partners is time for them to learn how the business works. So, as people skills, learn, recognize success, take your downlines out for lunch or dinner, make your downlines feel motivated, empowered, and trusted. Always make your downlines feel like stars. And always be quick to help your downlines and invest in your team. A couple of bonus in people skills, these are interpersonal skills. Have what we call effectively convey information to them, look people straight in the eye, talk to them, have a firm handshake. Altogether, the other thing is accurately interpreting people's emotions. When you look at someone, you can tell whether they are sad or they are happy. So you need to develop what we call an inbuilt blueprint of how you detect someone's emotion in one way or another. Then also being sensitive to someone's feelings. The way you handle a lady as you build your network is not the way you handle a man. The way you handle someone who says, I'm going to do this full time, is not the way you deal with someone who says, I want to do this part time and this is the number of hours I'm going to put in. So be sensitive to people's feelings by taking care of the kind of language you use upon them. The other thing is being polite. Politeness cannot be substituted for anything. So be polite in your speech, avoid gossip. I have a tactic I've learned over the years for people who basically, because MLM is an industry who pulls as many people as possible in one organization. So the tendency to become a gossiper is very high. So in any case, you want to kick that habit out of your team leaders. Go ahead and if someone ever brings you gossip, that moment they're basically discussing about someone who's not available. Now pick up your phone instantly as you're sitting close to them. Call that person they've been discussing. Ask them to come where you are. And then ask the other person who has been gossiping about him to tell you exactly what he said. And from then, nobody's ever going to bring you rumor. So if you kick out rumor in your business, you basically develop a very fine team, which is intolerant to things like gossip and hire. Now, calmly arriving at resolutions to conflict. Find a way. All together. So number one is learn people skills. Number two, in the leadership challenge is form good habits. Now, once you do something long enough, it becomes a good habit, and you will become a slave of that good habits. All together. So practice makes progress. Every time you do something, you become so good at it. You can make up in numbers what you lack in skill. If you want to become so good in presenting, present more than 10 times in a single day, you'll become so good. If you want to become an effective public speaker, find groups of people from circles to churches to mosques and present in large groups of people. The first time you do it, it will not feel very easy. But as you basically persist and you keep on talking to people, automatically you're going to become a better person. So once you do something long enough, it will become a good habit and you'll become a slave to the good habits. And if you basically do not do anything, you'll become a slave to not doing anything and live a mediocre life altogether. So get a genuine interest in forming good habits. It has to be part and parcel of your life. Get interested. Be proactive. When you see people presenting in a group, when you see people inviting, when you see people doing phone calls, sit around them. Get a genuine interest. Look for people who are already successful. Look for people who are making things happen in this industry. Get interest in their life altogether. Another thing I need to emphasize in form, titles are granted, but it's your behavior that wins respect. You might have the highest rank in the organization, but respect is won in one way or another. Yes, you might be lucky, you get a very powerful rank because you've been in the business for a long time, but your character determines whether people follow you or not. So as a leader, take a good look at the kind of behavior and how you interact with people. Eloquent speeches are not enough. Deeds go a long way. So you have to make sure that your speech, the things you say are consistent to the things you do. Ladies and gentlemen, in the leadership challenge, build good habits. If you're not basically building someone, they are going to leave you. Number three, duplicates. What is duplication? Duplication is simply asking people to do the things that you exactly do. You've been doing this business for quite a while, and you have a step-by-step formula. If you do anything that people cannot be able to do in large numbers, stop it. It is totally not duplicable in your team. So whatever you do as upline, you also do. So don't be the only star in your team. And by this I mean that the first thing, the thing you need to do is, as soon as you learn something, go ahead and find 5 to 10 people, teach them so that they can become independent in terms of doing it. Do activities with each of your sponsored people. Go out to the beach together. Go to make invitation together in a mall. Do what we call Zoom presentations together as a team, and teach them to do the same thing as well. When you do invitation, sit in a circle together at once. When you go for an event, a company event, make sure you take pictures together, and make sure that everyone uses that habit onto their business partners. Numbers sometimes lie. You might have a very big number of people in your organization, but if you look through them, you might have 1,000 people in your organization, but you cannot identify only 2 leaders. And that is basically a system which is totally does not have duplication in it. In duplication, maintain the business basics. And these are none other than developing a name list, prospecting and inviting, doing a presentation, closing and follow-up, as well as promoting events. I just want you to know one thing, that everything you do, your downlines will copy and do. So model the right behavior and duplication. Great leaders start off as great followers. Every one of us started off following someone. When I started network marketing 7 years back, I used to follow a gentleman called Dennis Tumusime. I was sponsored by someone else, but the working upline was Dennis Tumusime. After him, I went and followed a couple of other guys. There's a powerful lady called Marjorie Obotha. I look up to so many. Right now, I've been following Eric Worre, Randy Gage, and the likes of Senati Patman Raja. Senati Raja, Patman Senati Raja. So great leaders start off as great followers, and I'm still on the journey to learning. So let yourself be taught. In the power of duplication, look at yourself first. Ask yourself these questions. Are you someone who you would like to sponsor? If you can answer that question very well, it means you're a good leader. Are you someone who you would like to sponsor? Do not expect your downlines to be any different from what you do. Are we together? Do you look for solution, or do you give up early? As you're building your network, do you look for solutions, or you give up early in the face of challenges? Are we together? The other thing is, do you complain, or do you see challenges as a way to make you stronger? Do you believe in network marketing? These are things you need to duplicate as an individual. Do you believe in your opportunity? Do you take your business seriously? Because your level of seriousness is going to determine the seriousness that the people in your group have. Because in our business, monkey see, monkey do. If you join this business and you sign up people and you disappear, most of the time, when you sign them up, they're also going to sign up people and disappear. You're modeling a behavior which basically does not build a solid income. So in terms of duplication, whenever you introduce someone to the business, start modeling the right behavior for them. So leadership challenge number 4, take good care of your heart. You're going to make lots of money. You're going to have mega success. You're going to basically travel around the world. But please, I beg of you, take good care of your heart. We have stories of people who have basically made overnight success with incomes, and they basically decide to become a different person all at once. Let me tell you one thing about money. Money does not basically spoil someone. Money is just an amplifier. When you get money, your true character comes out. Are you together? When you build your network and you get lots of money, make sure that your character is not flawed as well. And I need to emphasize one thing. Do not be surprised when you're a husband, and then when you get money, you find a much better looking wife. When you get another beautiful woman, it means you are having this wife because, one, that is what your finances could afford you to have. It's not that you just change your all of a sudden. That is the true personality of who you are. If you end up like someone who does not want to give, if you're very selfish, if you're the type who uses money to hurt other people, that is your true character when you get money. So let's take good care of our hearts. Let your heart be prepared for success. Otherwise, money as an amplifier can basically do things you cannot be able to imagine. Don't let success be a problem to you. We've seen so many leaders who, after getting $5,000 US, $10,000 US, they start stepping on each and everybody's head. They treat every business partner like an employee of a sort. So take good care of your heart. Your character is equal to your success. If you're generous, when you get money, you're going to be more generous. If you're helpful, when you get more money, you're going to use your money to help other people. Make sure your heart is clean and clear. Do not keep hatred. Do not keep anger in your heart. Because when you get money, you're going to use money to basically start hurting people because of the things you've been holding for a very long time. Lastly, true love is the most important people skill that you can be able to have as a leader. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is it about the leadership challenge. And just to emphasize them once again, number 1, learn people skills. Number 2, form good habits. Number 3, duplicate. And number 4, take good care of your heart. Now, ladies and gentlemen, as you realize your dreams, on your journey to your dreams, this is what happens to you entirely. Your dreams are very distant. So to basically get your dreams, you need to develop what we call a good learning and listening attitude. When you develop this attitude, because you come from different backgrounds of professions and work engagements, when you develop this good learning and listening attitude, you will be able to learn. When you remove the letter L from the word learn, you'll basically be able to learn. If you're able to learn, you'll be able to teach. The hallmark of success in our business is teaching. If you're able to teach, you're going to be able to duplicate. Because anything you do and it cannot be duplicated in your downline, it is not going to amount to anything in network marketing. If you're able to duplicate, you can delegate. If you're able to delegate, you can multiply. And if you're able to multiply, that's when you say you have a network. So the income comes, and that's when you realize your what? Your dream. So that's it about the leadership challenge. Simply make sure you grow as a leader. You teach people that to be able to succeed in life, they need to become leaders. I need to emphasize one thing. Leaders, most of the time, personally, after doing this business for quite a while, I've realized that it might be very hard for you to build leaders, but you discover leaders. So as you do your presentation, you're going to discover leaders and fine-tune them by sharing the way they need to do this business systematically. So thank you so much for attending this training. And you can follow us on our social media handles, Facebook, WhatsApp, Twitter, YouTube. And this is our WhatsApp line. You can basically WhatsApp for any questions. And I know as we interact, you can touch someone's life out there. So may God bless you. And let's meet at the top where there is no clutter, because pigeons are on the ground. Eagles fly with eagles. And may God bless you today.